Welcome to my channel Sci-Fi Love Story. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Alex Mercer's boots clanged against the metal floor as he walked down the long corridor of the alien research station. The hum of machinery and soft, distant alien chatter filled the air. He adjusted his medical kit strap over his shoulder and took a deep breath. He had been sent here to treat a minor injury, an alien scout with a fractured limb, but he had learned long ago that in these stations, nothing was ever routine. The medical bay stretched out in front of him, huge and dimly lit. It was designed to accommodate alien physiology, creatures of all shapes and sizes. Walls curved in strange patterns, and soft, bluish lights pulsed along the edges of the room. A faint chemical smell mixed with the metallic tang of the station. Alex stepped cautiously inside. His eyes scanned the room. A few alien researchers stood behind observation panels, whispering to each other in a language he didn't understand. They were watching him. Their expressions were curious but wary. Humans were allowed on these stations, but not often near the larger, more dangerous species. Then, the double doors at the far end of the bay creaked open. A shadow moved inside. Alex froze. It was massive, far bigger than anything he had ever treated. The alien's skin shimmered like polished obsidian, with patterns that seemed to move as it breathed. Its eyes glowed faintly in the dim light, and its enormous claws clicked softly against the floor as it stepped forward. Every movement shook the room slightly. And then, the alien spoke. "Make it stop. It itches." Alex's heart skipped a beat. He blinked. Did it just speak? And, ask him to make it stop itching. His training screamed at him to remain calm, but fear and disbelief surged through him. The alien's voice was deep, almost rumbling, but there was a clear edge of panic in it. It shifted uneasily, and the shimmering patterns on its skin began to pulse like tiny waves of light. "It itches. Everywhere. Please, human." Alex swallowed hard. He had treated humans with severe burns, alien toxins, and injuries beyond imagination, but this was unlike anything he had faced. His instincts told him to stay back, to be careful. But another part of him, the part that had trained to save lives, pushed him forward. "Okay," he said softly, trying to sound confident. "I can help, but you have to stay calm. Can you do that?" The alien let out a low, trembling roar but did not move aggressively. Alex noticed the glow under its skin had grown brighter, pulsating rapidly. He realized this wasn't just a simple itch, it was something alive beneath the surface. Alex crouched slightly, pulling out his scanning tools. He carefully moved closer, trying not to startle the alien. "I need to examine the area. Can you let me do that?" The alien's eyes widened, but it nodded slowly, lowering one massive claw. Alex's hands shook slightly as he activated his scanners. The readings were unlike anything he had ever seen. The glowing patches were some form of alien parasite, but not a parasite he recognized. It was alive, spreading quickly, and seemed to react to his presence. His heart pounded. If it wasn't treated quickly, it could spread beyond the alien, possibly threatening the entire station. Alex realized this was more than a medical emergency, it was a crisis. "Stay still," he said, trying to keep his voice calm. "I'm going to figure this out." The alien shifted slightly, flinching as the glow pulsed again. "Please, don't let it spread," it whispered, almost trembling. Alex's mind raced. He had to act, but the stakes were terrifyingly high. One wrong move could injure the alien, or worse, set off the parasite across the station. He looked around for any other tools that might help. He pulled a small container of cooling gel from his kit and activated it. The blue gel shimmered as it emitted a faint, calming energy. He applied a tiny amount to the nearest patch. The alien twitched violently and let out a roar that shook the room, but then slowly relaxed. "That's okay. It's going to be okay," Alex said, speaking softly. "I know this feels strange, but I can stop it." He continued scanning, noting that the parasite seemed intelligent, almost aware. It reacted to his touch, moving away from him and then pulsing when he withdrew. The glow spread along its arms and chest, creating a frightening, branching pattern. Alex realized he needed a plan. The cooling gel could slow it down, but it wouldn't stop the parasite completely. He had to combine it with something else, maybe a chemical compound from the alien lab, something the alien researchers could provide. As he considered his options, the alien shifted again, this time leaning closer. Its massive head lowered until it was almost at eye level with him. Alex could see the intricate details of its eyes, the irises swirling with color, the pupils flickering with pain and fear. "Human, "Hurry, it spreads," the alien whispered. Alex's stomach tightened. He could feel the weight of the situation pressing down on him. This wasn't just about saving one creature. If the parasite continued to grow unchecked, it could consume the alien, and maybe more. He took a deep breath. He had faced impossible situations before, but never on this scale. He reminded himself, humans survive by thinking, not by brute strength. He moved closer, activating more tools from his kit. The alien flinched as the devices hovered near its skin, but Alex spoke gently. "I'm not going to hurt you. I just need to understand this, so I can stop it." The alien let out a low hum, a sound that seemed almost like a sigh. Its massive hand extended slightly, a gesture of trust. Alex swallowed and nodded. He would not fail this creature. Suddenly, the glow began to intensify, spreading faster along the alien's massive body. Sparks of energy danced along its skin. The alien roared, and Alex could feel the vibration through the floor. He had to work quickly. He adjusted the scanners and took a small sample of the parasite. It writhed violently in the containment unit, pulsing with energy. Alex frowned. This wasn't just a biological threat, it had some kind of energy signature, something that could interact dangerously with the station's systems. He thought fast. The cooling gel alone wouldn't be enough. He would need to combine human knowledge with alien tech to stop the parasite from spreading. But he didn't have time to consult manuals or wait for the researchers. He had to improvise. The alien's eyes locked onto his, and Alex felt a wave of understanding. It trusted him, not because it had to, but because it sensed he was the only one who could help. "Don't let it spread, or we're all doomed, human," the alien whispered, its voice trembling. Alex nodded, determination hardening in his chest. He activated the next tool, a tiny energy stabilizer designed to interact with alien physiology. He adjusted the settings carefully, hoping it would neutralize the parasite's energy without harming the host. The alien flinched as the stabilizer's beam touched its skin. Blue sparks ran along the parasite, and it shrieked in a sound that made the hair on Alex's arms stand on end. But then, slowly, the glow began to dim. Alex's heart raced. It was working, but only partially. The parasite was still alive, still spreading, but the stabilizer had slowed it. He needed a permanent solution, and fast. He glanced at the observation panels. The alien researchers watched in awe, whispering excitedly in their language. Alex felt a surge of pride. Humans were underestimated in these stations, but here he was, facing a creature larger than any human and standing toe to claw with it. He adjusted the stabilizer again, this time combining it with the cooling gel. The alien let out a long, trembling roar. Alex spoke gently. "Almost there, just stay calm. I've got you." The glow began to fade, moving from bright white to soft blue. The alien shivered but remained still. Alex knew this wasn't the end, it was only a temporary solution, but it was progress. He stepped back, wiping sweat from his brow. The alien slowly lowered its massive head, letting out a low rumble of relief. Alex allowed himself a small smile. He had bought time. He had stopped the immediate threat. But as he looked at the glowing patches that still moved faintly under the alien's skin, he realized the real challenge was just beginning. The parasite was clever, dangerous, and possibly alive in ways he could not yet understand. The alien extended a claw toward him, gently touching his arm. It was a gesture of trust and gratitude, and Alex felt a strange warmth in his chest. Despite its size and power, it was vulnerable. And he, just a human, was the one who could save it. The camera pans out slowly, showing Alex and the giant alien in the vast medical bay. The alien trembles slightly, the glowing patches slowly fading, but still pulsing faintly. The audience is left with a single, pressing question. Can Alex find a way to stop the parasite completely before it's too late, for the alien, and for the entire station? Alex Mercer's hands shook slightly as he studied the glowing patches that still pulsed faintly under the giant alien's skin. The stabilizer and cooling gel had slowed the parasite, but it was far from gone. Every second counted. One wrong move, and the parasite could break free, maybe even threaten the station. He looked at the alien. Its massive eyes were wide with fear and trust. The creature was exhausted from the struggle, trembling under its own weight, yet it allowed him to stay close. That trust was all the guidance he needed. Humans had survived impossible situations before, and Alex reminded himself, brains over brawn. "All right," he muttered under his breath, "let's finish this." He checked the instruments in his kit. He had a plan, but it was risky. He would need to combine human science with alien technology. Luckily, the observation panels revealed that the researchers had left a containment unit designed for the station's larger lifeforms. It could amplify his stabilizer's energy output, enough to neutralize the parasite completely. Alex moved carefully, positioning the stabilizer near the containment unit. The alien flinched, but Alex spoke softly. "I'm not going to hurt you. You're going to be okay." The alien tilted its head, trembling, but did not resist. Its trust in him was absolute, and that alone gave Alex courage. He activated the containment unit. A soft hum filled the medical bay. Energy arcs danced along the stabilizer's cables as he calibrated the output. He had to be precise. Too much energy, and he could hurt the alien. Too little, and the parasite would fight back and spread. The glowing patches pulsed violently. The parasite sensed the energy surge and fought to survive. Sparks jumped from the stabilizer, and the alien roared, a deep, echoing sound that shook the floor. Alex's hands moved swiftly. He adjusted the energy frequency, aligning it with the parasite's unique signal. He whispered to the alien, "Almost there, just hold still, trust me." The alien's massive hand hovered near his shoulder. Alex felt the warmth of its skin beneath the glowing patches, and a strange calm washed over him. The alien trusted him completely, and he would not fail. The parasite shrieked, thrashing violently. Blue sparks ran across the alien's chest, and the room shook. Equipment rattled. Alex's vision blurred with sweat and adrenaline, but he refused to stop. Humans had survived worse. He would not let fear decide this. He adjusted the stabilizer again, now combining the alien containment unit's energy with the cooling gel. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, the glowing patches began to shrink. The parasite wreathed, pulsing one last time before shrinking into nothing. For a moment, the room fell silent. Then the alien let out a soft, almost relieved rumble. Its trembling slowed. The massive creature lowered its head, and Alex realized it was exhausted, but alive. Alex exhaled heavily, wiping sweat from his brow. He had done it. The parasite was gone. The alien's skin still shimmered faintly, but the dangerous glow had vanished. He had faced something impossible and survived. He stepped back, taking a long moment to catch his breath. The alien's massive eyes locked onto his, and it let out a low hum that sounded almost like a sigh. Alex smiled, exhausted but proud. "You did it, human," the alien whispered, its voice calm but full of gratitude. "You saved me, and the station." Alex shook his head slightly. "We did it. You trusted me, and I trusted you. That's how this works." The alien lowered one massive claw, gently touching Alex's arm. The gesture was full of respect and trust. Alex felt a wave of warmth wash over him. Despite the alien's immense size and strength, it had shown vulnerability. And despite being small in comparison, he had made a difference. The observation panels lit up. Other aliens in the station emerged, their expressions a mix of awe and relief. They whispered rapidly in their language, pointing at Alex and the giant alien. It was clear that humans were respected here now, not for strength, but for courage and intelligence. Alex took a step back, letting the alien settle. It slowly lowered itself to the floor, enormous but calm. He had seen fear, pain, and trust in those glowing eyes, and he knew one thing: humans could rise to any challenge, no matter how impossible it seemed. The alien spoke again, its voice soft but firm. "You were clever, brave, human. You saved more than one life today. I owe you my life." Alex chuckled, wiping a streak of sweat from his forehead. "Just doing my job. That's all humans do. We figure things out, even when the odds are impossible." The alien gave a low hum of approval. Then it turned slowly, using its massive claws to push itself upright. It moved toward the observation panels, signaling the researchers to enter the room. The other aliens approached, nodding and gesturing toward Alex. Their faces, even with alien features, conveyed something universal: respect, gratitude, awe. Alex glanced around the room. The parasite was gone, the alien was safe, and for a brief moment, he felt the weight of the entire station's eyes on him, and he realized the truth: humans could survive, adapt, and protect life in ways no one expected. The giant alien approached Alex again, lowering its massive head until it was close enough for him to touch. He placed a hand on its scaled skin. The alien's body still trembled slightly from exhaustion, but its eyes glowed softly, calm and trusting. "You are remarkable, human," the alien said. "Your courage is beyond our understanding. You have shown the true strength of your kind. Alex smiled, feeling a sense of pride he hadn't felt in years. It wasn't about power, weapons, or size. It was about intelligence, compassion, and the willingness to face the impossible. That was human strength. That was HFY. Suddenly, the station alarms went off briefly, a soft chime indicating that the parasite threat had been neutralized. Alex felt a wave of relief. Not only had he saved the alien, but he had also prevented a catastrophe that could have spread across the station, or even the planet. He stepped back and looked at the giant creature, now resting on the floor, calm and safe. "I guess you owe me one," he said jokingly. The alien's deep rumble sounded almost like laughter. "Perhaps, one day, human, I will return the favor." Alex shook his head, smiling tiredly. "I think we'll call it even for now." The camera panned around the medical bay. The alien researchers and other species in the station whispered among themselves, clearly impressed. Alex had done what no one thought a human could do. He had faced a towering, unknown creature, an alien parasite, and he had won, not with strength, but with intelligence, courage, and trust. As he packed up his tools, Alex reflected on the events. The creature he had treated was enormous, terrifying, and unlike anything he had ever seen. Yet, despite the size difference, he had bridged the gap between human and alien. He had proven that humanity's greatest weapon was not muscle or firepower, but brains, courage, and heart. The giant alien rose slowly and moved toward the observation panels, signaling to the station. Its massive shadow loomed over Alex, yet it did so without threat. Alex realized that trust had been forged, an unspoken bond between human and alien. "Take care of yourself, human," the alien whispered before retreating. Its glowing eyes softened, and a hum resonated through the room, as if sending a message to all who watched. Humans are not to be underestimated. Alex felt a rare moment of calm. He had survived an impossible challenge, helped to being far stronger than himself, and proved that human ingenuity could shine even in the darkest, most dangerous corners of space. The alien station was alive with whispers of admiration. Other humans and aliens would speak of this day for years. Alex knew that his actions had changed perceptions, not just of humans, but of what was possible when trust, courage, and intelligence were combined. He took one last look at the giant alien, still resting but calm. "See you around," he said softly. The alien's eyes shimmered faintly in acknowledgement. Then, slowly, it disappeared from view as the observation panels opened, and Alex was left alone in the vast medical bay. He exhaled deeply, wiped his forehead, and smiled. Humanity had faced the impossible, and survived. And in the vast expanse of space, that trust, courage, and cleverness would always make humans stand out.